What if your entire struggle for wealth is based on a profound misunderstanding of who you truly are? You have been taught to chase, to earn, to fight for your share in a world that you believe is solid and fixed. But that world is an illusion, a shadow play projected from within. The financial reality you experience is not the result of your hard work or your luck. It is a perfect, unwavering reflection of your inner state of being. Your dominant assumption, your I am. By the end of this transmission, the foundational lie of scarcity will shatter. You won't simply learn a new method. You will remember the operant power that sleeps within you. You will understand that you are not here to get wealth. You are here to select the reality in which you are already it. Stay and awaken. You have been told a lie, a profound foundational lie that has shaped every corner of your reality. You were told that money is a thing, a piece of paper, a number on a screen, something to be earned through struggle and sweat. But that is a surface-level illusion, designed to keep you looking outside of yourself for a power that has always resided within. I am here to tell you money is not a thing. It is an energy, a current, a frequency. And like all frequencies, it doesn't respond to what you do, but to what you are. You are a living broadcast tower, and the signal you perpetually emit is your own consciousness, your dominant inner state. It is this signal that shapes the world you perceive. The financial reality you experience, the flow or the lack of it, is merely an echo of the frequency you hold within your own being. It has never been about the market, the job, or the economy. It has always and only been about the signal you are sending right now. Now look closely at the world of effects. You see those who scramble, who worry, who live in a state of perpetual anxiety about money. Listen to their words. It's hard. I can't afford it. There's never enough. Their inner world screams of lack, and the universe, in its infinite and impersonal wisdom, simply agrees. It reflects their truth back to them, but then observe, there are others. Those to whom money flows as if they were a law unto themselves. It is not because they are better or more deserving. It is because they have, consciously or unconsciously, tuned their inner state to the frequency of abundance. They operate from a powerful assumption. They have selected a reality of surplus. They don't chase money. They are a magnetic match to it. Their feeling, their inner conviction is that I am prosperous. And so their world confirms it. The difference is never in the action, but in the consciousness from which the action arises. This is not philosophy. This is physics of the soul. It is the operant power of the universe in motion. Like a master tuning fork, your dominant assumption vibrates at a specific pitch, and all of creation must harmonize with it. The world has no choice but to conform to the image you hold within your imagination. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are not pretending. You are not faking. You are issuing a divine command from the center of your being. You are selecting a reality that already exists in the infinite field of potential. Feeling is the key. It is the sacred prayer that is always answered. Your bank account, your wallet, your opportunities. They are nothing more than delayed reflections of the feelings you have consistently entertained in your inner world. The world is your mirror, and it can only show you the face of your own consciousness. So the great work is not to chase wealth, but to embody it, to become it. You have been trained to see wealth as something you get. This is the great reversal. You must understand that you already are everything you desire. Your true nature, the I am at your core, is infinitely abundant. Wealth is not something you acquire. It is a state of consciousness you return to. It's a remembrance of your true nature. Stop begging the mirror to change. It cannot, it only reflects. The change must happen within you. The shift is from I want wealth to I am wealthy. The first is a declaration of lack. The second is a statement of being, a powerful selection of your reality. You must dare to assume the feeling of abundance, even when your senses deny it. That is faith. That is the operant power in action. But as you feel into this truth, a resistance may arise, a voice from the shadows that whispers of past failures, of present debts, of all the reasons why this cannot be true for you. This voice feels like yours, but it is not. It is a program, an echo of old beliefs, old conversations, old fears that were imprinted upon you long ago. It is the static that interferes with your true signal. And to truly become the master of your financial destiny, you must first become the master of this inner dialogue. You must face this scarcity programming head-on. Because that program, that ghost in the machine of your mind, is the only barrier between you and the infinite flow that is your birthright. But that's only the surface of the problem, that inner voice of resistance. That knot in your stomach when a bill arrives, that quiet panic when you look at your bank account. That is the scarcity program in operation. It is not you. I repeat, it is not the real you. It is a ghost in the machine, a deeply ingrained script running on autopilot in the subconscious theater of your mind. This program is the source of all financial struggle. It is the invisible force that causes you to act from a place of insecurity, fear, and doubt. It keeps you in a perpetual spiral, chasing what you fear you'll never have. This program is a thief. It robs you of your creative power, your imagination, your very life force, convincing you that the prison of not enough is the whole of reality. It is an unconscious reflex loop, a hypnotic spell you have been under for so long that you've mistaken the trance for your own identity. And where did this code come from? You did not write it. It was installed long before you had the capacity for conscious selection. It is the downloaded anxiety of your parents, the whispered fears of a society obsessed with lack. It's the memory of every time you heard, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or felt the tension of a financial argument in your childhood home. These weren't just words. They were vibrational imprints. They became the building blocks of your financial identity. Your sacred I am was attached to these limitations. I am poor. I am struggling. I am unworthy of wealth. You assumed these states so deeply, so innocently, that they became your default frequency. This is not about blame. It is about awakening. You cannot escape a prison until you realize you are in one, and the walls of this prison are made of nothing but old inherited beliefs. This is why all your effort, your struggle, your relentless hard work so often feels like it disappears into thin air. You are driving a powerful vehicle with one foot on the accelerator and the other slammed on the brake. Your conscious mind, the accelerator, desires freedom and abundance, but your subconscious program, the brake, is broadcasting a state of scarcity. And in the contest between conscious desire and subconscious belief, the subconscious always wins. It is the seat of 95% of your power. You can't outwork a faulty program. You can't hustle your way out of a state of lack. Trying to build wealth while running a scarcity program is like trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of quicksand. The structure is doomed before the first brick is even laid. The change must happen at the foundation. The change must be in the code itself. Listen to the very language of this program. It speaks in words of desperation. I need, I hope, I'm trying. This is the dialect of lack. It is a constant affirmation of absence. The consciousness of true abundance, the state you are meant to embody, does not speak this way. It does not need, for it is already full. It does not hope, for hope implies doubt. It knows, it is, it allows. Every time you utter the words, "I can't afford it," you are not merely stating a fact. You are casting a spell. You are making a prophetic declaration and commanding your reality to conform to that limitation. Your words are the architects of your world. They are the brushstrokes painting the canvas of your life. And for too long, you have been painting a masterpiece of limitation, using the dark colors of this inherited program. To see this program for what it is, a foreign installation, a ghost from the past, is the first giant leap toward your freedom. It can feel overwhelming, like a deeply rooted tree that seems impossible to move, but you are not here to fight this program. Fighting it only gives it more of your energy. You are not here to destroy it. You are here to make it obsolete. You are the operant power in your own universe. You are the master programmer who has simply forgotten their authority. The old code is running only because you have been allowing it to. The moment you decide, the moment you withdraw your attention from it and place it upon a new state, everything begins to shift. Here's what changes everything. The process is not about fighting the old blueprint, but about consciously, deliberately, and relentlessly writing a new one. This act of rewriting your financial blueprint is not work. It is the highest form of artistry. You are the divine sculptor, and your own consciousness is the marble from which you will carve a masterpiece of prosperity. The process is one of elegant simplicity, and it begins with the first step, pure observation. You must become the silent watcher of your own mind. Without judgment, without shame, you must watch the old code operate. See it, feel it. Notice how your body tenses at the thought of a large expense. Listen to the automatic words of lack that form on your tongue before you even think. When you observe this program as a detached witness, you begin to sever your identification with it. You realize in a profound flash of insight, that is not me, that is just the program running. This separation is the dawn of your freedom. It is the first ray of light entering the prison cell. Once you can see the program, you gain the power to interrupt it. This is the second step, the moment of divine intervention. In that space between a trigger, a bill, a negative thought, and your habitual reaction of fear, there is a sacred pause. That pause is your point of power. In that instant, You must interrupt the unconscious reflex loop. You do not fight it. You do not resist it. You simply name it and reclaim your authority. I see you, scarcity program. This is the old energy. This thought is not who I am. This simple act of naming is a powerful declaration of mastery. It stops the runaway train of negative emotion in its tracks. You are no longer a passenger on a ride to fear. You have become the conductor. In that sacred pause, you cease being a creation of your past and become the creator of your future. Now in that space you have created, you must perform the third and most crucial step. Reinstallation. Nature abhors a vacuum. You cannot leave that space empty, for the old program will rush back in to fill it. You must deliberately and consciously install a new, consistent signal. This is the holy work of your imagination. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what would it feel like if I were already limitlessly abundant? Do not just think about it, feel it. Generate the emotional signature of wealth within your very being. Is it relief? Is it freedom? Is it joy? Is it the quiet confidence of security? Anoint your consciousness with this feeling. Dwell in it. This is not pretending. This is the selection of a state. You are impressing your subconscious mind, the fertile soil of creation, with the seed of your new reality. Feeling is the key that turns the blueprint into a mansion. This is the great test of your faith and your persistence. For in the beginning, your outer world, your senses will scream that this is a lie. Your bank account will reflect the old data. The world of Caesar will present you with evidence of your former state. You must decide which is more real, the shadow of the past, or the powerful reality you are building within your inner world. You must be relentless. You are overriding decades of faulty programming with the divine code of abundance. One session of imagination is a beautiful prayer, but a consistent assumption of your new state is a force that moves mountains. You must live emotionally in the reality of your fulfilled desire, walking by faith in this inner law, not by sight of the outer world. Your loyalty must be to the unseen reality within you. As you persist in this sacred practice, observing, interrupting, and reinstalling, something miraculous begins to shift. It's more than just changing your thoughts. It's an alchemical transformation of your very being. The new frequency practiced daily begins to solidify. It crystallizes into a new sense of self, a new identity. You start to notice you walk differently, you speak differently, you make decisions from a place of inner richness, not from a place of fear. You stop doing things to get wealth and you begin being the person who is a natural magnet for it. You begin to understand that money is not just attracted to a certain energy or a set of beliefs. It is drawn to an identity, and this realization is the very core of financial maturity. It's not about what you know, but who you have become. As you rewrite your blueprint, you are doing more than changing beliefs. You are forging a new identity. This is the great secret. Wealth is not created by knowledge alone, but by a profound alignment with the principles of creation. Money is not attracted to what you do. It is attracted to who you are when you do it. The old identity is a beggar. It pleads with the world. It chases, it struggles, it feels it must prove its worth. But the new identity you are now selecting is a sovereign. It does not chase. It attracts. It does not plead, it allows. It doesn't need to prove its worth because it knows its worth is inherent, infinite, and unconditional. It is the radical shift in consciousness from, I am a person who wants wealth, to the simple, earth-shattering, and silent knowing, I am wealth. This shift is the very definition of financial maturity. It is not found in complex spreadsheets or market predictions. That is the world of effects. True maturity is an investment in the world of cause, your own consciousness. A financially mature individual invests in their inner clarity and their spiritual strength above all else. They understand that a stable, prosperous inner state will automatically organize the events of their outer world with far greater intelligence than frantic effort ever could. They act from a core belief in their own value, a value that is not determined by their net worth but by their very existence. Money, like all energy, is drawn to this coherence. It is attracted to the quiet power of a being who is no longer seeking validation from the outside world, because they have finally found it within. You have been taught to fear money, to believe it is the root of all evil. This is a lie from the old program designed to keep you small. Money is neutral. It is an amplifier. It simply makes you more of who you already are. If your identity is rooted in fear, insecurity, and lack, then money will only amplify those anxieties. But if your new identity is built upon a foundation of purpose, generosity, and a knowing of your own abundance, then money becomes a magnificent and holy tool. It becomes a current of energy for you to direct, to create, to serve, and to experience more of life. The financially mature individual does not fear money, for they know it has no power to corrupt the I am within. It is a servant to their vision, not a master of their soul. And because they know they are the source, they interact with money in a completely new way. The financially mature identity is able to receive without clinging. Think on this. The old program clings, hoards, and panics at the thought of spending because it believes resources are finite and that it might never come back. It sees money as its source of security, but the new identity knows that consciousness is the only true source. It understands that it is a channel for an infinite supply. Therefore, it can allow money to flow to it and through it with ease and grace. It can spend with joy, invest with confidence, and give with an open heart, knowing that the channel can never run dry. It is no longer a stagnant dam of fear, but a flowing river of prosperity. This powerful, mature identity cannot thrive in a chaotic environment. It requires and deserves a sanctuary, a space that reflects its new reality. To fully step into and stabilize this new state of being, you must consciously and deliberately create an environment that honors it. Your outer world must become a mirror of the order, clarity, and richness you are cultivating in your inner world. This is not a passive wish. It is an active and sacred duty to yourself. You must begin to cultivate an intentional prosperity space in your mind, your emotions, your schedule, and even your physical surroundings. And this begins with clearing away the clutter of the old identity to make sacred room for the magnificent new one you are now becoming. Now go deeper. This new identity of wealth requires a home, a sacred space to flourish. You must become the conscious creator of this prosperity space in every dimension of your life. This begins in your mind. You must end the tendency of mental clutter. Worry, doubt, and fear are squatters who have lived in your mind rent-free for too long. Evict them. Become a ruthless guardian at the gates of your mind. When a thought of lack appears, you do not fight it. You simply deny it entry. You recognize it as a phantom from the old program and turn your attention back to the truth of your new state. Your mind must become a temple dedicated only to the thoughts that align with the reality you are selecting. This is not censorship. It is conscious creation. Next, you clear the space in your heart and in your time. The emotional space is cleared by healing the old wounds. You must be willing to feel and release the residual shame, guilt, or fear tied to money from your past. These are energetic anchors holding you to the old frequency. Breathe into them, thank them for the lessons, and let them go. Then look at your schedule. A life of abundance is not a life of frantic, desperate hustle. That is the energy of lack. You must create white space in your calendar, pockets of stillness, time to simply be. This stillness is not emptiness. It is the fertile void from which all creation emerges. It is in this space that inspiration can speak to you and opportunities can find you. A frantic schedule signals to the universe, I am too busy to receive. Now bring this inner clearing into your outer world. Your physical environment is a direct printout of your consciousness. Look around your home, your office, your car, even your wallet. Do they reflect order, respect, and readiness for abundance? Or are they filled with clutter, neglect, and disorganization? Decluttering your physical surroundings is one of the most powerful rituals you can perform. It is a prophetic act. With every item you discard that no longer serves your new identity, you are declaring to the universe, I am making space for the new. I am ready. My reality is one of clarity and order. Clean your space as if you are preparing your home for a royal guest, because you are. That guest is your own higher self, your prosperous identity. Creating this sacred space is the preparation of the temple. Now you must consecrate it with daily dedicated practice. This is non-negotiable. Meditation is the tool for this consecration. But this is not a passive meditation to simply quiet the mind. This is an active session of creation. It is the time when you deliberately enter the inner world and embody the state of your wish fulfilled. This is where you program your brainwaves and synchronize your entire nervous system to the frequency of wealth. For 10, 20, or 30 minutes a day, you are no longer a person in a chair. You are the living embodiment of limitless abundance. You feel it in every cell. You are not asking for it. You are living from it. This daily practice impresses the subconscious mind with a power that no outer effort can match. This is the great work. It is a symphony of alignment. You tune your frequency like a cosmic instrument. You observe, interrupt, and rewrite the faulty code of scarcity. You stabilize the new, mature identity of one who is the source, not the seeker. And you build a sacred container in your mind, heart, and home to hold this new reality. You are not manifesting. You are simply deciding which version of reality you will now experience. The operant power of the universe is not some far-off deity. It is your own wonderful human consciousness, your imagination. Stop observing a world you do not prefer. start feeling and assuming the world you desire. Your assumption, when persisted in, hardens into fact. You already are that which you seek. Now live from that truth. The person who started this video is gone. A selection has been made. You understand now. You are not trying to manifest a future. You are simply choosing which reality to experience now. What you feel in this very moment is the only true power. So I ask you, what state are you ready to assume as your own? Declare your new I am in the comments below. Anchor this shift with your words and make it your undeniable truth. Subscribe and activate the notification bell, because this remembrance is just the beginning. And if this transmission woke something up in you, wait until you see the next one. It's on your screen now. Click it and command your new reality.